Hello MotoGP enthusiasts, I'm ZNGP Today here with the latest insights from Gigi Dall'Igna on Marc Marquez's impressive debut with Ducati at the Qatar MotoGP. Let's delve into Dall'Igna's verdict and the implications for Ducati's future in the championship. Despite a commendable start to the 2024 MotoGP season with Gresini Ducati at the Qatar Grand Prix, Marc Marquez maintains that he has not yet reached the limit of the bike. With a solid finish of 4th place in the Grand Prix, Marquez reflects on his performance and emphasizes his ongoing adaptation process to the Ducati. Pedro Acosta, the rookie sensation at the Qatar MotoGP, made headlines not only for his on-track performance but also for his colorful comparison of overtaking Marc Marquez to a memorable life event. Despite tire wear issues, Acosta showcased his skill and maturity, finishing in 9th place and leaving a strong impression in his Premier Class debut. Luca Marini, the new Repsol Honda rider, humorously shared his surprise at discovering someone was behind him during the Qatar MotoGP race. He capitalized on the opportunity to follow Jack Miller, gaining valuable insights into the differences between the KTM and Honda bikes. Click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Gigi Dall'Igna praised Marc Marquez's debut with Ducati, highlighting his innate ability to adapt to a completely new bike. Despite the GP23 being unfamiliar territory for Marquez, he showcased his talent and emerged as a formidable contender, finishing as the highest-placed Ducati rider in both the Sprint and the Grand Prix. Marc has already shown all his talent and class through an innate ability to adapt. He is already a fearsome contestant on a bike that is completely new to him. Quote from Gigi Dall'Igna. Dall'Igna reflects on the overall performance of Ducati's riders, including Jorge Martin's combative spirit and Francesco Bagnaia's dominant victory. He acknowledges the challenges faced by Enea Bastianini but remains optimistic about his potential. Pecco dominated the race with the authority of a champion. However, it is comforting to see him in 5th position, scoring the points needed to stay with the best. Quote from Gigi Dall'Igna. Dall'Igna praises Ducati's victory in Qatar and emphasizes the importance of a strong start to the season. Despite the success, he acknowledges the unpredictability of MotoGP and highlights the need for continuous effort and commitment. Each race is a story unto itself. Not letting the guard down and never giving up becomes fundamental, with the commitment and effort that can reward us with victories like the one we have just achieved. Quote from Gigi Dall'Igna. Dall'Igna poses several questions regarding Ducati's future performance, including concerns about Jorge Martin's chatter issue, Enea Bastianini's form, and Marco Bezzecchi's struggles with the GP23 bike. Additionally, he contemplates Marc Marquez's potential role in the title picture. The question marks for Dall'Igna's team now include: can Martin solve his chatter issue? Can Bastianini find the form to rival Bagnaia? Why is Bezzecchi struggling with the 23 bike? And can Marquez emerge into the title picture too? Gigi Dall'Igna told. As Ducati revels in its success in Qatar, the spotlight shifts to the challenges ahead, including resolving technical issues, maximizing rider potential, and navigating the fierce competition in MotoGP. With Marquez's promising debut adding a new dimension to the team's prospects, the stage is set for an exhilarating season ahead. Marquez acknowledges his consistent performance throughout the Qatar Grand Prix weekend, echoing his pre-season efforts. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining composure, avoiding errors, and adhering to his racing style amidst high expectations. First Grand Prix for Ducati, of course it was a solid weekend, like I did in the pre-season. Quote from Marc Marquez. Marquez reiterates his commitment to patience and continual improvement, expressing satisfaction with his progress and refining his riding style. Despite enjoying the race weekend, Marquez remains focused on gradual enhancements and believes there is still room for development. Still, every day I improve my riding style. Every day I change a few things that help a little bit, Marquez told Marca. Marquez refrains from attributing his performance solely to bike differences, acknowledging the superior pace of riders on factory GP24 Ducatis. He maintains confidence in his own abilities and expresses contentment with the performance of his Ducati GP23. So, I don't think it's just the GP24. I have my bike, I have my tools, and when I signed my contract I already knew what I will have, Marquez told. Marquez's reflections on his Qatar MotoGP performance underscore his commitment to steady progress and adaptation to the Ducati. Despite the strong showing of competitors on factory GP24 Ducatis, Marquez remains optimistic about his prospects and looks forward to further challenges and improvements in the upcoming races. Acosta's comparison of overtaking Marc Marquez to a memorable life event adds a touch of humor to his exhilarating moment on the track. Despite the brief nature of the overtake, Acosta expresses satisfaction with his performance and the excitement of challenging more experienced riders. It lasted just long enough. It's like when you lose your virginity, everything starts to be good and then it's a disaster. Quote from Pedro Acosta. Acosta emphasizes that his enjoyment stemmed not only from overtaking Marquez but also from the overall experience of racing and maintaining pace with top riders. He acknowledges the importance of learning from different riding styles and adapting to varying race conditions. Overtaking people, having the pace and being there was what I enjoyed the most, Pedro Acosta told by Crash. Acosta reflects on the differences between the sprint race and the main event, noting the challenges and adjustments required due to changes in bike behavior and track conditions. He highlights the progress made in terms of race experience and overtaking opportunities. I took steps forward in terms of experience, and overtaking was easier too. Pedro Acosta's vibrant personality and impressive performance at the Qatar MotoGP have captured the attention of fans and experts alike. His colorful comparison, combined with his determination to learn and improve, bodes well for his future in the premier class as he continues to make his mark among more seasoned competitors. Marini's light-hearted response to seeing someone behind him on the pit board adds a touch of humor to his race experience. Despite his initial surprise, he quickly recognized the opportunity to learn from a competitor on track. I saw on my pit board someone was behind me, and I said, "Why? Who?" Quote from Luca Marini. Marini chose to let Jack Miller pass and followed him closely to understand the capabilities of the KTM RC16 compared to his Honda. By studying Miller's riding style and the behavior of his bike, Marini aimed to gather valuable information to improve his own performance. I let him pass and tried to follow him, also to not take any risk going below with the tire pressure after the delayed start, Luca Marini told. Marini noted the differences in rear grip and cornering capabilities between the KTM and Honda, particularly emphasizing the advantage of the KTM's rear grip in corner entry and mid-corner turning. Additionally, he gained insights into how dirty air affects the aerodynamics of the Honda bike. The entry phase lets the bike turn better than my bike. I could make the corners with clear air, dirty air, so I could understand very well the wings effect and the downforce that we have. Despite facing a technical issue during the race, Marini acknowledges that his pace was slower compared to his teammate Joan Mir. He remains optimistic about improving his performance and closing the gap to his competitors in future races. For this, my pace was slow. But even without that issue, maybe I couldn't fight for a good position as my teammate did, Marini told. Luca Marini's experience following Jack Miller provided valuable insights into the strengths and weaknesses of his Honda bike compared to the KTM. As he continues to familiarize himself with his new team and machine, Marini remains focused on refining his skills and performance to compete at the highest level in MotoGP. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today. And this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.